See you now. Yeah.
Good.
You're not too dark, but I love the background. I love that.
Nice. And audio's okay?
Yeah, it sounds good. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay. Now, she made it very clear to me that this is about you. So, and what you are, what your journey is, and what you're doing, and what you're avid. Because we're really about making sure that we follow people and ask people to be on the show that can make a difference in the world.
Sure. Yeah.
And when she saw your stuff, because I didn't see it. Actually, the two little girls that work for us that put all the stuff up actually saw you, and they asked me, "Did I know you?" And I said, "No, I don't know who this is." I said, "I think I might have seen them around, but I don't know." I said, "I don't know any rock band people."
Sure. Yeah.
So we decide after I started looking through your stuff, I said, "Well, I might recognize them, but I'm not sure, and I don't want to assume."
Hmm.
So um, I decided that we would go ahead with the show after looking over all your stuff. I thought you were a really wild guy. And I thought, why haven't I met him before?
Right. Awesome.
um, so can you just pronounce your name so we can at least have it correct?
Yeah. Liam is my first name. Horrigan is my last name.
Okay, Horrigan.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what we'll do is okay, give me one second.
Mhm.
Okay. So what we'll do is we'll start the interview now, um, and um, and what we're going to do is I'm going to count down to one, and then I'll just start rambling on, and then we'll just invite you in like it's a normal conversation. You know how this goes. You're in a band.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Five, four, three, two. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pronoun TV. Today on the show, we have an amazing activist and musician, Mr. Liam Horrigan. And he's going to tell us about what he's been up to. As you know, many rock musicians are doing lots and lots to help out their communities. And we are here live in downtown Toronto. And Liam has decided that the homeless problem is a concern for him and his band, Cruel Hope.
Mhm.
And they have decided that they really want to make a difference, not just to have us dancing and having a good time. They really want to make a difference in the impact on helping people find homes here in Canada. So I want to just say welcome to the show today, Liam.
Thank you. Glad to be
Okay,
here.
can you just tell us a little bit about, well, let me just start with this, because she always says this. What are your pronouns?
He, him.
I'm sorry.
My pronouns are he, him.
Okay. Now, can you just tell us a little bit about your band?
Yeah. Well, we got started playing together, I would say early 2022. But it really came out of like songs that I'd started writing during the pandemic. At the time, I was working in retail, and I was already kind of beginning to be pushed kind of further left politically based on everything that was kind of going on in the world. And then the pandemic hit, and our employer decided that we were, necessary staff to be in person, despite the fact that we were working at a music store. So, we're all getting dragged in, commuting every day, despite the pandemic going on, and despite, our work not really being essential. And that was really kind of like kind of turning point, I'd say, for me, that like the system that we're operating under is not even just broken, but not built for regular people. The regular people are kind of a disposable part of this. I mean, the CEO of the company I was working for went on record saying, "Well, I don't have a machine that prints money, so I, need to force these people into the stores." And that kind of sort of pushed me down this journey of making kind of more politically conscious music as a way to kind of bring people together around these ideas, make them realize that they're kind of not alone in feeling these things. Because there's a lot of these ideas where everybody kind of thinks the same thing, but nobody wants to stand up and say it. So I kind of wanted my art to be me kind of standing up and saying it so that people can kind of realize that they're not the only ones who think that there's something wrong with the system and that there needs to be something done about it.
Wonderful. Well, it's amazing when, excuse me, I had a long 2 day shows, so I've been talking nonstop. So I'm just sort of, if you hear me.
Yeah.
Now, where are you actually from?
So I grew up in Ottawa, and then I've lived kind of off and on within Toronto since kind of I moved here for school originally, and then I've moved elsewhere for work, back to Ottawa for some time. I was in Saskatchewan for a bit, and then since 2020, I've been in Toronto.
Okay. Now, it's great that as a band, you guys can gather lots and lots of people together. So the work that you're doing is great because it actually, you have a bigger voice with more people watching your shows. And the fact that you guys are all on social media doing what, your musician work and your advocacy and for these kind of things, and you have a big voice. And this is something that's amazing. So tell us a little bit, do you actually is Cruel Hope an actual organization, or is that the name of your band?
Yeah, so Cruel Hope is just kind of the band. Like each of the kind of members of the band do their own sort of things, kind of like politically. So my involvement sort of directly in organizing has been sort of peripheral to a number of groups. There's kind of some tenant marches over the summer that I helped out with, and I organized some like reading groups around kind of leftist topics. But more recently, I've been sort of getting sort of collecting interest and trying to recruit around an organization that sort of tries to bring together like a lot of the single issue organizations that there are around Ontario to kind of coordinate and network their efforts towards like a more politically consolidated organization that can actually challenge kind of the political establishment in Ontario. Because there's been a lot of there's a lot of really great local organizations, a lot of really great grassroots activism, but because it's so disconnected and localized, all it's really able to do is kind of defend against what like established political structures are trying to push forward. And so what I'd like to start building would be something that's capable of not just going on the defensive against these things, but actually pushing back for progress that doesn't look like what we've kind of been told progress looks like by, especially the Conservative government in recent years.
Mm-hmm. Now, how does your music align with your mission?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the music, it aligns in a couple of ways. One is just, it has an educational aspect to it. It exists kind of as, propaganda, for lack of a better word. And I know that term kind of has a bad reputation, but there's a long history of art being used as a means